Hey there. Welcome to Unfiltered Mindset. If this is your first time here, I just want to say I'm genuinely honored that you showed up today. And if you've been part of this family already, you know what we do here. We go deep. We keep it real, and we talk about life unfiltered. Before we go any further, take a second, hit that subscribe button. This could be the one video that shifts your mindset, your perspective, your direction, and subscribing ensures you never miss these raw truths again. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stopped and wondered why soldiers are different? I'm not talking about their guns, their uniforms, or their medals. I'm talking about their spirit, their mindset, their eyes. There's something unshakable about them, something powerful, something grounded. And the crazy part is they weren't born like that. They were trained into it. And that's the part we never talk about. Because while we sit here scrolling through screens, avoiding responsibility, skipping dreams, chasing pleasures, there's a man out there waking up at 4 a.m., crawling through mud, running with 30 kilograms on his back, hearing the sound of gunfire, pushing through his fears, and doing it not for himself, but for others. You see, a soldier is not just a man with a weapon. He's a man of purpose, structure, pain, humility, and discipline. And the question I want to ask you is, what if you lived like that? What if you stopped treating your life like a playground and started treating it like your mission? What if you stopped making excuses and started operating like a soldier of life? Because let's be honest, so many of us are living like civilians, soft, reactive, weak in character. We give up when it gets hard. We get angry when things don't go our way. We wait to feel ready before doing anything meaningful. And worst of all, we act like we have infinite time. But a soldier, he's trained to move with urgency, to act without complaining, to suffer with silence, to protect with pride, and above all, to understand that this life is not just about him. Look around you. People break down over little things, a text message, a rejection, a lost follower, a harsh comment. And I'm not saying your pain doesn't matter. No, your pain is real. But what I am saying is, you need to toughen your soul, because life is not going to adjust to your weakness. Soldiers are taught something brutal and beautiful. You don't rise to the level of your motivation, you fall to the level of your training. Think about that. If you only act when you feel good, you'll never achieve anything. But if you train yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you'll move regardless of how you feel. Now let me be real with you. We all want a good life. Success, peace, respect, a name that means something. But how many of us are willing to train for it the way a soldier trains for war? How many of us wake up early, organize our lives, build our discipline, guard our emotions, and prepare ourselves even when there's no war going on? You see, soldiers don't just train for battle. They train in peace so they are ready when war comes. And life will always bring war. A health crisis, a betrayal, a financial disaster, a broken heart. Those are your battles. And if you haven't trained, you will collapse when they show up. I've seen people break down from words, from pressure, from failure. But you know who doesn't? Someone who has trained themselves like a soldier. Someone who has made peace with suffering. Someone who is not looking for comfort, but capacity. Because here's the truth most people never say. Comfort is killing you. Every time you sleep in, scroll endlessly, gossip, lie to yourself, you're choosing the soft life. But soft people don't win hard battles. Do you know what else soldiers are taught? To obey. Not blindly, but with respect. They are trained to follow structure, to trust the mission, to value hierarchy. But us? We question everything. We argue without wisdom. We disrespect anyone who tells us the truth. And that's why we're stuck. Soldiers don't waste time gossiping. They don't sabotage their teammates. They don't act out of ego, because in battle, ego gets people killed. But in life, ego destroys your character, your relationships, your dreams. And let's talk about sacrifice. A soldier is willing to die, not for fame, not for money, but for people he may never meet, for peace he may never enjoy, for a country that may forget his name. That's purpose. That's selflessness. And here we are, unwilling to give up a weekend for our dreams, unwilling to save money, to skip a party, to stay disciplined, because our desires have become our dictators. But if you want to rise, truly rise, you must choose sacrifice over pleasure, discipline over mood, honor over popularity, silence over drama, humility over pride. And most importantly, you must train even when there's no audience, because your training is your insurance policy for life's chaos. You think soldiers like pain? No, but they understand it's necessary. You think they enjoy crawling in the dirt, marching in the heat, being shouted at? No, but they endure it for the bigger picture. That's what I want for you. To stop living for quick happiness and start living for deep fulfillment. To stop reacting to life and start preparing for it. To stop making excuses and start becoming unshakable. Listen, your family is depending on you. Your future self is depending on you. And the world, whether it sees you or not, needs you at your strongest. You don't need to join the army to be a soldier. You need to join the mission of your life and show up with the same intensity. Wake up early. Train your body. Guard your mind. Stay loyal to your word. Be humble. Be relentless. Be grounded. Because in the end, life is a battlefield. And the ones who survive aren't always the smartest or the richest. They are the most disciplined, the most focused, the most prepared. Be a soldier in how you move. Be a soldier in how you love. Be a soldier in how you build. And most of all, be a soldier in how you rise when life hits you. Thank you for staying with me this far. If this touched your heart, if you felt this message in your bones, then don't just keep it to yourself. Hit that subscribe button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And never forget, you were not born weak. You were just never trained. Now it's time to train. Not for war, but for life, for legacy, for greatness. Until next time, stay strong, stay humble, and remember, you are not a civilian. You are a soldier of life.